All right, welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for always coming back to see what's going on here. I really appreciate everybody that's been kind of motivating me to keep doing this. It's not easy for me to turn on the camera and tell everybody what's going on, but I do have some interesting updates. I know it's been kind of, I think I've been on hiatus for like a month. Small videos here and there, but I wanted to give you guys kind of an update of what's going on with my build. So we've had a couple setbacks, mostly money related. Funding a build like this is not easy. It's a lot of money. But we were able to get our fuel system in. There's a couple of boxes right here. So fuel system, clutch, finally got those. I really gotta powder coat some stuff. That's kind of what's holding me back, but powder coating is time consuming and it can get expensive. There's a lot of stuff I want to powder coat. I think I have a list on my phone that's just on forever. I want to do wheels, I want to do Brembos, I want to do my strut bar, I want to do my intake manifold. It's just a laundry list of just little things that once they're powder coated, people probably won't notice, but if they're not, it'll bug me. So I gotta get a lot of that stuff done. I was gonna powder coat my control arms, but surprisingly enough, a little bit of soap and water, and I'll grab one real quick and I'll show you. A little bit of soap and water, and these things look brand new. So I'm actually really happy with how they turned out. I was able to bring them back. They had I don't know if it was axle grease or spray paint, because it was really dry and crusty, and you can still kind of see what it was, but picture that across this whole thing. But I was able to get it off pretty well. There's still some spots in the crevices that you won't notice, but I'm actually really happy with how these turned out. They match. The issue that I'm running into, which is kind of weird, is one side has a white line ball joint, the other side has a stock ball joint. And so I was looking at their website trying to figure out what I want to do there, but 2 ball joints and 2 tie rod ends from Whiteline are $300. That's expensive. I know probably a stock replacement might be a little bit less if I can get one. The other one's fine. I would love to have 2 Whiteline ball joints because Whiteline makes a great product. I have their end links and they're amazing. So that's something I do want to swap over. I need to make sure that the ball joint will fit up into my hub. I don't know if it will or not. I don't know if I'll have to steal or get WX ball joints and swap them. I don't know. So that's one thing that I'm going to be doing today, is getting my old control arms off, kind of seeing what parts fit, what don't, what I need to modify. And then another thing that I've been doing kind of just on my own time was I was able to borrow a really good friend's steamer. So I completely steam cleaned my engine bay, which I didn't know that it could get any better or worse depending on how you look at it. It definitely is cleaner, but it brought out all the imperfections in my engine bay. So I do have a lot of free time with waiting for stuff and little stuff that I can do. So we're considering painting the engine bay. Turned out really good on Austin's car. I did I did 3 videos of us painting his engine bay. Just nice gloss black. It looks great. So that's something I am considering. We do have the fuel rails on in the right order. I ordered a radium kit. So radium fuel rails, regulator, and then fuel lines to go with my ID 1050s. So that's what we're gonna be running with this build alongside with the 20G. I can kind of walk you through and show you that right now. Other than that, I think today we're just going to be trying to button up the front end suspension, control arms, just really cleaning. It's pretty gnarly under there. I mean, luckily when I initially did the build, we re-bedlined the entire like fender well. So it's super nice, clean black under there. It's just got a lot of road grime and stuff like that. Just age, normal, dirty road driving stuff that it's been through out here. So I did want to steam clean all that too. The steam, if you are looking for like a non-abrasive, I guess you could say, like form of cleaning a car, steam is amazing. I haven't done it before. I kind of thought steam cleaning was just like interior type stuff, but then I started using it on the engine bay and I was like really happy with the way that everything turned out. I will walk you through, I'll show you everything that I've done. The other thing that we did yesterday was my actual engine harness. A lot of the plugs that kind of are emissions related are getting deleted, and we did re-lume the entire harness. So I'll kind of show you that. I'll show you the engine bay. I'll kind of show you what we're working with suspension and just everything that's going on. But like I was saying before, I really do appreciate everybody that is watching, liking, subscribing. I know we're like 65 strong right now, but I do appreciate you guys more than you know. It's really something that I'm starting to get passionate about. I didn't know if it was something that I wanted to continue, but I'm in the boat right now where I have the time and I can stand in front of a camera. And if some of you are interested, I'm happy to give you information. Thank you guys so much. Let's get into the video. All right, let's start over here. So these are my new fuel rails. Absolutely beautiful. Radium makes a beautiful product. They come with amazing fittings that actually, like, if you need to hold this in a certain area, you can keep it there and you just tighten the Allen that's on the end. Over here is going to be fuel regulator. I don't know why that was turned. And then our fuel gauge. So I believe the way that this works is it works in series. So you have fuel coming from feed, comes over to this rail, goes through, comes back over to this side, and then you regulate fuel off of return. Very simple system. We already have one of the lines made. I will have everything else kind of buttoned up, but obviously the engine needs to go into the car before we can do that. As for the wiring harness, this is just what we did. We took a lot of the old loom off that was like brittle and literally falling apart, and we were finding pieces on the engine. So for like, I think it was like 20 bucks, maybe another $5 in zip ties and electrical tape and stuff like that, we got this really nice loom to go on all the plugs or over the harness. We did have one setback the other day. So as of right now, I don't have a oil temp sensor. Oh, if I can get this, hold on one second. So over here, I do not have a oil temp sensor. This is one of these sensors. I can't think off the top of my head what that sensor is, but obviously it goes up here. It was the only one that would fit into this plug. Mind you, with that plug, it wouldn't be a big deal, but when we tried to take the actual like adapter piece out of that oil pan, it pulled all the threads out. It happens. It was put in by the person that, you know, I got the oil pan from too tightly or something, or it was cross-threaded. I don't know, but it pulled the threads out. So we did our best to retap it. I'm talking to Killer Bee right now about certain options that I can have to either replace the pan, send it off to get fixed, or if it's something that I could just take to a machine shop, they drill through, re-thread it, and then it's done. I put a new, plug in it. But that was one setback that we had. Now, over here, this is the engine bay after it's been steam cleaned. Obviously, a lot of scratches came out. But overall, like, I was able to get a lot of that really stuck on grime off of the engine bay. So it revealed some nastiness. I'm guessing a battery was either, leaking, seeping, whatever you want to call it, onto, the metal that's down here. So that is something that I do want to address. Obviously, we don't like rust, so that needs to be fixed. Let's see, over here's where we're going to be working first on getting the old control arms out, probably putting that axle in. I think I'm going to take that Brembo off because Brembos obviously need to come off to get rebuilt and powder coated, but it's nice to know that they fit, they work, everything's copacetic there. Let's talk about my clutch that I bought. So right here, let's see if I can get this is the Performance Street Sprung disc. Comes with all of this stuff, alignment tool, the, release bearing, everything like that. And this is how it comes. Amazing box. I love their product. Comes with everything I need, pilot bearing, throttle bearing, obviously clutch face, and then pressure plate. Over here, donated to the channel by Austin, was his stock STI flywheel. I didn't have one, I needed one, so we went ahead, sent this to the machine shop, had them resurface it. Shout out to B&B, super fast, amazing. If you need it done, if you're in the Arizona area, they're the place to go. It's a small business. I love supporting small businesses. $55, done in 3 hours, amazing. So as for the clutch, I really do like to take the opportunity to listen to kind of my peers when it comes to this and what my goals are. This clutch, I really wanted something streetable. I don't like puck clutches. I've driven pretty much everything under the sun when it comes to like multi-puck clutches, full face, multi-disc. And I really loved my Exedi Stage 2 full face. It was great for my power level. It was super streetable. It held what I needed to, hold. Now, this clutch is a little bit more beefy. I think it holds like 570 torque. And it's perfect for what my goals are for this, and super streetable. I definitely will do like reviews on when I'm driving it and see how I like it. But so far, everything that I've read, seen, watched, etc. has been great. So that's the clutch option that we picked. I haven't used an ACT before. I've driven them, but never worked with them myself. So I will give you guys an honest review about all of that. So let's get started on tearing the suspension apart. It's always so dirty and gross, but that's why I'm gonna steam clean it. So next time I have to take it apart, it's probably not as gross. Probably will be because it's under the car, but you can always have high hopes. All right, so here's what we're working with. New control arms in. I gotta hook up the end links when I do the other side because they're obviously tensioned. So ball joint should fit. I compared the two with this one, that one. So that shouldn't be a problem. These things are disgusting, and those are nice and pretty. So that's where we're at for now. I'm gonna swap to the other side, try to get, it's nice when both sides are loose because then you get a little bit more play in the sway bar and everything. So right now it's just kind of set up in there, and I'm gonna grab some lunch and then we'll get to the other side. Oh, all right, I gotta do this quick because I was listening to a podcast this whole time and my phone's gonna die. But I wanna give you guys an update on everything so far. We have the control arms on. I'm gonna show you that in a second. And then I did steam clean one side and a Brembo, just to kind of give you guys like a comparison of clean versus not clean and how well it does. So first I'm gonna show you the control arms. All right, those are the old crusties, the old WRX control arms. that's about how those control arms looked before I cleaned them. But yeah, so we got one of the Brembos off, but STI control arm is in for now. I just stuck it in there with the one ball joint that we don't know what we're gonna do with yet, because that's easy to just pop a ball joint out. Axle is finally in on this side. This is a side that I didn't clean. So if we go over here, let me grab a light. All right, this is the clean side. So if you can see, a little bit darker. A lot of the just grime, dirt, dust is just come off. And then that's one of the Brembos. It's unfortunate that they don't at least all look like this, or else I'd probably run them, because like that's pretty. And powder coating these is not fun. So that's kind of just the power of the steam. Shout out to Travis for letting me use his little steam demon to get that all done. But yeah, the last thing I'm gonna do is just transmission. When I put it in, it obviously leaked some fluid out and stuff like that. So I'm gonna drain the rest and then fill it up with some OEM fluid. I did just get some Valvoline, but I've heard from a lot of different sources that the best is OEM. So, and coming from the dealership, I kind of agree with that. I know some people think that Motul or Purple or just a lot of those other brands can be better. I like what the manufacturer recommends. Usually, you know, you can't do wrong when you're putting in a fluid that came factory. Like, everybody else can have their other opinion about what's better. And yeah, like new technology, there's always going to be different opinions. But you can never go wrong with something that the manufacturer has made specifically for a purpose. A lot of the other stuff is for a broader range. It might not have a certain additive, whatever it may be. This is my first 6-speed. I want to treat it correctly. I'm going to put the OEM stuff in it. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys watching this video. I don't really think you want to see me drain and fill a transmission. It's not that exciting, and there's people that probably can explain it a lot better. You drain it, you fill it through the dipstick. 4.3 quarts, not that special. But hey, I really appreciate you guys, all of you that have been reaching out, you know, buying merch. I probably haven't said it before, but I do sell RS Automotive t-shirts. They're $37 shipped. Anywhere in the US, all you gotta do is message me on Instagram. I'll send one out to you. I appreciate the support. I think we're gonna do another order of shirts. I wanna do hats, probably sooner than later, just because I wear a hat every day. But it's one step further with this build. I'm really excited to get the motor in. It's just kind of me getting over maybe not powder coating some things. The Brembos do need to be rebuilt, so it's like I might as well powder coat those, and then it's like you just go down like the rabbit hole, if you can say so. But I really do appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. If you like the video, turn it whatever color it may be for you, blue, green, red, yellow, magenta. Shout out to Smedia. Yeah, thank you guys.